That's Nevada over there, casinos. I'm in California, right here. Good morning and welcome to California. This is our final state of the western half of US 50 that we're going here. And instead of breaking this up into two videos like I've done with all the previous states, this is just going to be one video because it's just a little bit over 100 miles. And Sacramento is the end point. So that'll be our stopping point for today and for the video. You know, there's a lot of population as you get towards Sacramento. And kind of like Route 66, probably not to that extent, but as we get closer, it will definitely be in the city. So less of the loneliest road vibe. But for a little while, I do think it's still going to be pretty, you know, rural and wide open and curvy roads and things like that for a little while. So let's get our last day started here in California. We're starting our California trip on US 50 there where it says state line, and we head through South Lake Tahoe and then turn left, which is south, and you'll see there are pretty winding roads and there's some small little communities as we're then turn and head mostly west. The road continues to be very scenic through some pretty rural areas, and it stays that way until we start hitting more populated areas around Placerville. as we approach our destination of Sacramento, it's a pretty busy highway, and you can see all the population north of US 50, and there really aren't a lot of towns along US 50. We'll mostly just kind of drive on in all the way to Sacramento, and US 50 ends right there where it says West Sacramento. Anticlimactic finish as we're rolling towards the end of the trip here. It's just the official start of the western terminus, I guess you could call it. Here in Sacramento is just on the other side of these overpasses. So that's the end of the trip. Final day in California, finishing here in Sacramento. First half of that drive was very scenic, and then the last half certainly just a lot of city driving. So what did you think of Highway 50 from Kansas to California? I really enjoyed it a lot. This is the fourth trip I've documented, and it probably falls right in line with the other ones. It was a lot of fun. I learned a lot. It was probably more scenic than I thought it would be. Certainly lived up to its name of the loneliest road in Nevada, and I would say also in many parts of Utah. It would be interesting to do the other half of it from Kansas, basically Kansas City to Maryland. I think it would be less wide open and mountainous and scenic, but I'm sure it would be interesting as well. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I've wanted to do this trip for a long time, and probably my favorite parts were the more wide open places, and then finding some of the little towns along the way, some of them that maybe used to be bigger and now they don't have much left to them, but there's still something there to check out. So maybe if you ever decide to take this trip, you can stop in a few of the places I've shown you. I like to do these road trips in the summer, and it helps kind of clear my mind and gets me ready for going back to my full-time job working, and it's really refreshing and gives you some perspective, being able to get out and see our great country. So seeing half of it from Kansas to California really shows you how diverse it is in so many different ways. So I really enjoyed it. Hope you did too. Thanks for following along, and we'll see you on the next trip. Oh, wise man. Wichita State. This is my kind of town. What's up, Doc? It's kind of a cool angle. I just threw my phone down. Come on. This is, without a doubt, the most spectacular. Jesus. Ouch. What did I step on? Jeez. I got a long way to go. Gotta stop after 20 seconds. buddy? I get messages from people about like, you need to wear a hat and sunscreen. I got sunscreen on. I'll put on a hat. It just doesn't look very good. Right? I look like an idiot. For those of you that have never seen a tumbleweed up close, that's what they look like growing. There's one right here that tumbled over here. Go with your family. Man. Ghost town with a water tower, my kind of place. We're definitely not in Kansas anymore. Whew. Oh, out of shape.